Wow, I'm 16. This is cool. I can have fun now. I'm like living another part of my life now.
These are the wonder years. These are the years you're supposed to have fun.
Everyone's trying to tell you what you should be, but you want to find out what you want to be.
I really wouldn't mind staying this age for the rest of my life.
Good evening, I'm Cater Lee. On my 16th birthday, I couldn't wait to get my driver's license. Oh, that freedom. But it's freedom with limits. At 16, you're in a holding pattern. You can drive, but you can't vote. Your mind and body feel like an adult, but the law says you're still a child. And as for sex, songs, movies, TV, your friends all tell you it's cool, it's great, while all the adults in your life say you're too young to have sex. So what are you supposed to do? Tonight, teenagers from all over Arizona talk openly and honestly about sex at 16, about their first times, about waiting until the right time. You'll hear from teenage moms and dads, from victims of date rape and sexual abuse, and from teenagers dealing with the terrifying reality of AIDS. If you're an adult, they hope you'll listen with an open mind. If you're a teenager, they hope you can relate and learn from their stories.
I was just with this one girl, and we've been going out for a while, and it just happened.
It's like I didn't really know what it was until it happened.
It just happened.
I just thought, well, this is something new, never done it before, and everyone's all ecstatic about it. It's everywhere you look, so I was like, well, I should check it out. So I did.
He asked about it a couple times, and at first I was like, no, and then I just gave in, I guess.
My first time, I think I cried because it hurt, but then it didn't, but I still cried because it wasn't a feeling that I thought it was gonna be.
I tried to just pretend I wasn't there or something. I didn't really like it at all.
My first time was when I was like overseas, in Germany. When I was going into the 7th grade,
When I started to feel that it was truly love, I felt that it was time that we could probably progress on in our relationship.
I was like shocked at first, because I couldn't believe it was happening so quickly. But then, like, when you get into it, it's good,
When I'm gonna do it, it's gonna be, perfect. I know what I want.
Just being a guy, I do think about it a lot.
I've already planned out, like, what kind of stuff I want in the room. Like black silk sheets I want.
Actually, yes, I have white silk sheets in my head.
Laughing and giggling and, being best friends to start with, and then also be good lovers at the end. And that's a big fantasy of mine. It becomes like grotesquely important when you're about 14, 15 years old. And then you do it and you're like, and then you go on the never-ending quest for the best.
There's games that kids play like Double Dare and stuff like that. And if you don't follow through with it, you know, everybody gets to hit on you until you follow through with it. When I was about 12 years old, dares just pretty much, it wasn't the idea of sex itself, it was the idea of a dare. It was another thing of pride and macho and studism and all that, I guess. And I figured I'd become more popular and everything else, so I just went ahead and done it. And all the guys were like, all right, Robert, all right, it's your turn, all right, you know. So I felt like, all right, you know, I guess. She was 16, you know, it was the thought of, all right, you know, an older girl, you know, older woman. And I felt guilty pretty much afterwards, like, God, I shouldn't have done that, you know. I regret doing it so young. And if I had it to do over with, I would have done it differently, I guess. I would have waited for it to be more of a romantic type of thing than just, you know, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am kind of thing, you know.
I never really had a relationship as serious as I've had right now, because I've been with him for a year and I think 4 or 5 months. Yes, I have, and but I only did once and not want to because I don't think I'm ready for it. There was no pressure by him or anything. It's just that I thought it was just, the reason I did was because everybody was like, oh, well, I don't know, just like all the talk and stuff. And I was like, I don't know, I was just dumb. I listened to everybody, and then, I don't know, it's just, I don't know, I won't do it again. Like afterwards, like, I don't know, like I was mad at myself because like I did that and I didn't really want to. But he didn't force me into it. And then we just talked about it, and I just told him I just didn't want to do that no more. I don't know, I think he just respects me. Like, some guys don't. They'll be like, well, fine, if you're not going to, then I'm just gonna go find another girl. He just like respects the way I feel. Maybe I was just not ready for it or something.
Spinderella cut it up one time. Come on.
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex.
Let's talk about sex for now. To the people at home or in the crowd, it keeps coming up anyhow. Don't be coy, avoid, or make void the topic, cause that ain't gonna stop it. Now we talk about sex on the radio and video shows. Many will know anything goes. Let's tell it like it is and how it could be, how it was, and of course how it should be.
Never gonna get it, never gonna get it. Never gonna get it, never gonna get it. Never gonna get it, never gonna get it. Never gonna get it.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Never gonna get it, never
This is one of the happiest places in the world, the nursery. Unless maybe you're 16 years old and you're bringing a baby into this world that you didn't plan. You're still a kid yourself in many ways, and this is a responsibility that forces you to grow up fast. The whole issue of sex takes on a new meaning when you suddenly become a mom or a dad.
Do you see that? Those are two legs. And look, he's moving his mouth. See that?
Well, I was going out with him for only a little while, but, and I don't know, it was kind of confusing. And I didn't really like him, but I was, I guess, curious or something, but it was a mistake.
See, that's our little boy.
I guess it broke or something. I'm not sure. He had a condom. I didn't realize for a couple months because I had a lot of things to do within school and I didn't really pay attention. I get mostly A's and B's, and I was a cheerleader. I was into a whole lot of things at school and out of school. When I found out, I was pretty scared. I cried, and I called him and I told him, and he said he wanted to have it. I wasn't. At first, I didn't want to have it. I was really scared. I wanted to have an abortion, but I changed my mind. That's when we stopped talking. He's nice, but I don't really like him anymore. I want him to help out, but if he doesn't want to, I guess I can't make him or anything.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Push. Slow down. Oh my God.
Before I had a baby, I wanted to have a career and make sure I had enough money to take care of it and have somebody that I really loved with me and everything, but I know it's going to be hard, but I think I could do it. I'm pretty excited. I'm looking forward to watching it grow up, and I'll be growing up with it.
We've been going out for a year and a couple months now. And, we dated and everything, And one thing just led to another. There's no protection in it or nothing, It was like a risk, it was like something that would happen, that could happen, but I didn't think it wouldn't happen. I was just being stupid. Yes. Next thing you know, I found out she was pregnant. I found out she was pregnant. They're asking me, what I'm gonna do. And I said, well, I'm gonna stick around. I don't got just me. I got me and my son and Michelle. I have to take care of them as much as I can because I just can't, act like this not there. All of a sudden, you're not a teenager no more. All of a sudden, you're a dad.
Me and my boyfriend was sitting there, and it was like just a scary feeling. I didn't say nothing at all. And the nurse called me to in the back room, and she told me, "You're pregnant." And I was like, I just got water in my eyes, and I started crying when I seen him, and it was just frightening. His mom asked me, did I want to give it up or keep it? And I told her it was like a part of me, and I guess I just came to that decision to where I wanted it. I'm still gonna get my education even if I have to drop, take care of my child, and go back. It's gonna be mine. Nobody else's but mine and his. Now he's asking me to get married, and it's like, I don't know because I'm too young. A couple of times I said yes, but then I kind of said I don't know because I'm too young. And he said that he'd wait, but see, I'm still in school and I'm gonna make it. In my mind, in my heart, I just know that I am. I got to.
You gave me fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight. Fever.
They have narrowed it down to the youngest, the most beautiful, and the most willing to bear it all.
The energy. Touch your body tonight. You touch mine.
He gave me a lot of pleasure.
You touch me, baby, right here. It's the right kind of night. You're the right kind of girl. I'm the right kind of guy.
You wanna be treated like a queen, stroke like a kitten. Every night you're emitting, I'm fitting. Tease your lips with the tip of my tongue, and there's no doubt about it, lady, I'm strung.
From a young G's perspective, and before me they got a trick, I have to find a contraceptive.
Now here's my scandal. I wanna get you home and double up.
I-75 prostitute killer.
What a lovely way to burn. What a lovely way to burn.
On any weekend night, you'll find teenagers cruising. That's nothing new. But some of the pressures they face these days are different. It seems like every time you turn on the radio, there's a song about sex. Every time you turn on the TV, there's some steamy love scene. And the movies, well, we all know Hollywood's making a fortune selling sex. So 16-year-olds are bombarded with it. Add peer pressure to that, and you've got kids who feel like they've got to have it, whether they're ready or not.
You go out and you see kids driving around in their cars, you know, they're horny as hell, they're trying to get girls, and the girls are trying to get guys. Everywhere, you know, there's guys and girls going back and forth, you know, trying to hook up with each other. It's easy, but you gotta be smooth.
There are some movies that show it, you know, this romantic love between, you know, people that really care about each other, but then they show it as, you know, this guy who's just out to get a piece, or this girl who's ready to give it up. Yeah, that's what sells. But sometimes what sells, you know, isn't what's good for people, for society.
Just listen to the radio. I mean, all the new music that's coming out, it's just basically about sex. You could just pick out just sentences and phrases that tell you that sex is okay and sex is right and it feels good and everything. There's no real stations on that you can listen to that says the complete opposite. And probably if they did, I don't think it'd be a real popular station.
Everybody wants to have that kind of sex that's on TV and that kind of sex that you hear on the radio. Sometimes it just doesn't turn out that way. My first sexual experience was probably 7th grade. I was about 13. It was real scary for me. I didn't actually have sex, but I came that close to it to where it scared me enough that I couldn't. She was an 8th grader. She knew what she was doing and she knew where she was going, and I didn't have a clue. The next day it was kind of talked about at school, you know, it was kind of, I did wrong, you know. It was talked about as in, I'm no good, or I didn't know what I was doing, and I didn't. Ever since then, I've had a complex about having sex because I do get nervous. When I get nervous, things just don't work out the way I want them to. Last year, sophomore year, it was real important to me. It was probably one of the most important things to me is to have sex. To make it honest, you know, make it that you care about that person that much, you know, to find someone that you care about that much to have sex with, but it is that to have it, yes, you want to have it that much.
Sex is bound to happen. It's bound to happen in today's society. It's bound to happen. Kids are learning about it. Girls are experiencing it. They learn it from other females. The other females are telling them, yo, sex may be good, and they wanna experience it. But yeah, music does put a big impact in it, because if you like hear a verse, you know, like Father MC, if you hear like slam bam, thank you ma'am, you know, stuff like that or something, you know. And males, when they hear that stuff, it's like, yo, knock the boots and stuff like that, and be like, yeah, man, look at old boy, he know what he's talking about. I might use this for my benefit. And they go use that, you know, then it builds up from there. It's a problem too, because if you get around your boys and your boys know you're going with this girl, and they know she look good, and they start asking you like, yo man, you get her yet? And that's why you start rushing, because you want nobody else pushing up on it. Because if you know she look good, you don't want nobody else pushing up on it. Me, I'm glad I ain't in a position with we're having a relationship with no female right now. You know, because me, I like to go meet different women. You know, and if I can, have sex. In today's society, sex is bound to happen. Sex is bound to happen.
Classic case of boy meets girl, moving in the same direction. You're not asking for the world. I'm not asking for perfection. Just a love that's well designed for passing the test of time. I'm here to tell you, I'm here to stay. Every hour, every day, every heartbeat bears your name. Loud and clear, they stake my claim. Ask anyone and they'll tell you it's true. Every heartbeat belongs to you. Every heartbeat bears your name.
Hanging out with your friends, having fun, looking for adventure. When you're 16, life is a roller coaster. But when it comes to sex, taking the plunge can be dangerous. We all know the safest sex is no sex at all. And there are 16-year-olds who've decided that abstinence is the best policy. Some are waiting until they're older or until they fall in love. And then there are those who are saving themselves for the ultimate commitment, marriage.
Put your body in and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about.
You can have fun without having sex. That's no big deal. It's not like a name tag that says I'm a virgin.
It's better to be in that position, because then you can wait for it to be the right time and be special for you.
I think it should just be with one person, the person who you're married to, not casually.
If I happen to find a virgin, you know, I ain't putting no pressure on her. You know, I like to find out when she want this to happen. I like to ask her that when she want this to happen. You know, but I ain't putting no rest of that, no pressure.
Now it's becoming cool to be the virgin instead of, the opposite.
When I was younger and stuff, everyone used to have sex. I mean, I know girls that have lost their virginity at age 12. They said it was awesome and everything like that, so I thought I'd do it, and then I guess I became a Christian, and it just the feelings just kind of went away. There's been a couple times where I've almost been in trouble, but there's just that feeling deep down inside that just stops me. When you're doing things with girls and you know you're going too far and you get this, I don't know if it's like something, it feels like you have like when you're nervous, kind of. I don't know what it really is, but it's just something that it just doesn't feel right. I just got off like a serious relationship a couple months ago. We went out for 9 months, so that's one of the reasons I had to break up, because it was getting pretty close to having sex. There's points, you know, where you just sit there and hold each other for a long time, and you don't have to have sex. I mean, you get that same feeling just with holding each other and talking and just having fun instead of going home and having sex. If you save it, you have a lot to look forward to and stuff when you get married. I think it's gonna be awesome, actually, especially with the woman that I marry. She'll be, I guess, just what I'm looking for.
When I have a relationship with a guy, it probably starts off really fun, and then we talk a lot, and those parts of our relationship grow, and maybe I'll ask him to go to church or something, or Young Life with me.
God put the feast, they all testify of Jesus Christ.
And then we might talk about sex, and we both understand that God wants us to wait until marriage for us to give up our virginity, because that's what God planned for us, and that's the best relationship you can have. I haven't been a Christian all my life, and in the times that I wasn't, maybe I've pushed it too far. I think that everyone is just looking for love, and there's a hole inside everyone, and people try to fill it with just different things, sports or alcohol or friends or sex or whatever. My freshman year, when I had drinking a little bit, not enough to be drunk. I've never really been drunk, but there was a guy at a party, and I wasn't really thinking about my future, and we did some things, and that was like the worst night of my life. I didn't do everything, and I didn't come close to doing everything, but we did a lot, and I just feel really negative about that, and I want to erase that part of my life, but I think that I really learned a lot from that.
God wanted us to choose him.
I think a lot of people around my school know my beliefs on virginity, because not a lot of people have that now in high school, and I'm really excited to be different. They can't believe that I'm gonna save myself till marriage. I mean, I have bets with people that they say, no way, you're never ever gonna be able to save yourself. And it's exciting for me to face a challenge.
I like you. I like kissing you. I'm not ready for sex. No means no.
I feel it in my sex. That's the place it goes. This time you've gone too far. This time you've gone too far. This time you've gone too far. I told you, I told you, I told you, I told you.
up means making choices. But what if you don't have a choice when it comes to sex? Many teenagers are forced into it, abused by an adult, assaulted by a stranger, or raped on a date. They were victims, but now they're survivors, trying to deal with the past and learning to trust all over again.
Why? You people stare at us as if we've just dropped in from another planet.
There was a guy that I liked, and he liked me back. And we went out dancing a couple times, and we had fun together. And I was a freshman, and he had just graduated. We got out dancing, and something happened, and it ended up that it was just me and him and his sister and her boyfriend at his sister's house. We were just kissing and starting to make out, and that was fine. And then he just started to get a little too aggressive and too rough. I'd said, I don't do that, I don't like that. And then he'd stop for a while, and then he'd do it again. He started to take off his clothes, and he started to take off mine, and then he did it. I know I said no, and I know he heard me because I saw him say to him, I could see it in his face, like, and he just kept going. It really just shook me up, and the next day, it was amazing. I just blocked it out of my mind, and it was like I couldn't even remember it. I played like nothing happened. Then it all kind of blew up in my face. It came out, and I was just devastated, and so were my friends because they all knew him. He denied everything, and I was just, I was a silly woman, and I was doing this to get back at him. It was really strange, all the things I had to deal with at school with all my friends, and people not believing me. They thought, it was all her fault, and so how could she do this to him? How could she do this to him? How could she ruin him like this when he was such a great guy? People talk about, their first experience and how it was, this big thing in their life, and how they're not a virgin anymore, and how that's really cool. I'm not a virgin, and it's not cool. I wasn't given the choice to stay sweet 16.
My mom had hundreds of boyfriends, I think. Some of them were nice, some of them weren't. My mom met one of her boyfriends, and he wasn't the best guy in the world. Well, it just started out like, he would hug you a little too long, pat you just a little in the wrong places. It just started out, I thought as love pats. That's what my mom told me it was. And then it progressed into where it was a lot of fondling. Oral sex was all the time. That's all I think I ever did. Then it progressed to where he actually had sex with me. It was every day after school. I mean, 10 years old, What can I do? I'm only 10. I'm supposed to be a little kid. Here's this guy who's, doing stuff to you that you don't understand. You're like, I thought I'm supposed to be out there playing with Barbies, and instead I'm here playing mommy with daddy. It caused a lot of problems with me in school, the way I thought of myself. I kept trying to get fatter and fatter and uglier. I mean, I didn't want to take care of myself. I didn't want to do anything with myself. Because I thought if I'm fat and I'm ugly, he's not going to touch me. I didn't think that I deserved to be loved, and that I moved in with my parents now. And they're the best people in the world. They've shown me that I am worth something, that I do deserve to be loved. And that I didn't have anything to do with what happened, that it wasn't my fault, that I couldn't control it. He took away my childhood. He took away my innocence. And now I have to go back and relive it to, you know, get back everything he took away. And it's a hard process. It's a long process. And I'm not ashamed of it at all. It's a part of my life. I can't take it back. I can't go back and erase the years. All I can do is hope that my future's better.
Because of the HIV virus that I have attained, I will have to retire from the Lakers.
Gary, Johnson, Brian.
A new report presented at an AIDS conference in Los Angeles today on AIDS and teenagers. It says AIDS has become the 7th leading killer of 15 to 24-year-olds, in part because many young people simply don't see themselves at risk.
It does scare me, you know, because I could be HIV positive.
Sometimes you're a little naive about it and you think it could never happen to you.
It's easy to find out if you've got AIDS, just a simple blood test. But the results can be a death sentence. When you're 16 years old, you think you're going to live forever. And AIDS seems like a horrible thing that only happens to somebody else. There are 16-year-olds out there who are HIV positive right now. Many of them don't even know it. And the ones who do are too afraid to come forward and talk about it.
I don't think about AIDS unless it affects me closely.
I mean, I don't think I know everything there is to know, and I really don't want to know, you know, like all the sexually transmitted diseases, I don't want to know about those.
You know, it's always been the guy that's in North Dakota who's got AIDS from a blood transfusion. Well, that's not me.
I didn't think anything like this could ever happen to me.
I don't know too much about it. You know, I know how you can get it, and I know, you know, what it does to you, but other than that, that's about it.
Because then, I mean, it just makes you think more, oh, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it, you know. Sex is out. I could die. I don't know, if you think about it that way, then you probably will die.
And I worry that people start thinking that way, and I'm worried that if I ever start thinking that it don't affect me, it will hit me.
I learned that anyone could get HIV. But when you're young, you think you're invincible. You don't think you'll ever get it.
I'm 16 years old. I tested HIV positive 3 weeks ago. I don't know where I got the virus from. I don't know how long I've had it. I don't know how many people out there that I've been with have it now. I was never accepted by my parents. And when I first started dating, I didn't think I was accepted by guys. So I would sleep with them and I felt accepted after that. The reason I'm talking in shadows is there are people out there that aren't completely adjusted to it. There are people out there that think you're gross and dirty. and don't want anything to do with you because of it. I'm not ready to face those people yet. My boyfriend tested HIV positive a month and a half ago. We have long discussions about it, talk about it. I know how he feels, he knows how I feel. And the disease doesn't change our love for each other. It's scary because each day I have to face it and I wonder how much longer I have. My dreams have always been to grow up and go to college and get a job and have kids. And I don't know how far I'm going to make it through that. The teenagers that are watching this, if you hear it from an adult, it's more of a lecture and you don't want to listen. But when you're hearing it from someone that's your same age, maybe you will listen. If I can reach out to just one person and help one person, it'll make me feel a lot better.
Standing with me by the couch, a sexy looks on your face, like saying, take me, I'm yours, and love me down to the base. I laid you down, kiss your navel, then moved up above, from your breast to your neck, and get the license made. So we can take our time.
Not enough time for all that I want for you. Not enough time for every kiss, every touch, and all the nights I want to be inside you.
I don't think that a lot of parents see the pain and the problems that the kids have, and they don't want to relate. They just want to be the authority figure.
They have no idea how much pressure's on a high school student about sex.
But I think that if you could go home and say, well, Mom, I like Joey, I want to sleep with him. And not have your parents go, oh my God, what is she doing? You know, she's gonna ruin her life.
They don't probably have no idea. Their perfect little girl's probably had sex 18 times, 20 times before she's even out of high school.
She says that if I want to have sex, to tell her, because, like, so she can, like, either get me on the pill or something.
With my parents being that they are split up, I really don't have time to talk about sex.
I'm scared that my mom would get mad.
But if you talk to them, if you really told them what was up, I think they might hit the ceiling.
I don't want him to have me, call me, when he's 13 or when he's 15 or 16 and say, oh, Dad, my girlfriend's pregnant,
I'm gonna tell my child when it do come, ask me any and everything you want. Don't feel afraid. I'm your friend and your mom.
Maybe we should just communicate a lot more about it instead of just wondering.
It's not easy to talk about sex. The crazy thing is it's even harder with the people we love the most. But when you listen to these 16-year-olds pour their hearts out, you can't help but think maybe we should all open up more. Start talking to kids at an early age. Ask questions, listen more, and respect what each other has to say before another birthday passes and 16-year-olds turn 17, making decisions that will affect the rest of their lives.
When I turn 17, it's gonna be a big party. It's gonna be big.
I feel the good days are coming.
My whole life was going to change next year.
I'll graduate at that age, and that'll be really important to me.
I got a lot to learn. I have roads to travel.